Well, talking about football, Jackie, we got a big draft coming up here in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, you know what,
and
Vince?
you looking at all these quarterbacks coming in college. I mean, you look at
It
guys.
caught my eye, Vince. It caught my eye because I know that I'm working with you, and you're a quarterback whisperer of sorts.
Yeah.
And this is what I wanted to ask you.
All right.
They had, for example, the top 4 quarterbacks, as everybody viewed them, have their pro days on consecutive days. For example, you had Stroud from Ohio State. His was on the 23rd. And then you had Bryce Young at Alabama. His was on the 24th. Then you had Will Levis from Kentucky. His was on the 25th. And then Anthony Richardson from Florida was on the 30th. So consecutive days for the top 4 quarterbacks. This would allow for everybody to get there with their personnel, people to evaluate these guys. Now, this is the problem I had. And this is what I wanted to ask you, Vince. How is it that you, as a player, a quarterback, any position, could have a pro day and you say to the people that's coming to possibly hire you, you say to those people, I am going to throw this many of these passes, this many of those passes, this many outs, this many goals, this many comebacks, and you tell the people who are possibly going to hire you what you're going to be throwing. To me, that is a problem. Because I think that what should happen is the people who are possibly going to hire you should say to you, we want to see you throw these many of this kind of routes, these many goals, these many outs, these many comebacks, these many flat hooks.
Okay, well,
so
Jackie,
to me, I don't think the player, and players have a lot more rights now and privileges than they did when you and I played. But to say to a player, you're going to dictate the circumstances in which you compete in a pro day when we bring scouts from all over the country and you call it the way you want, to me, that doesn't
Jackie,
sound right, Vince.
Listen, you want to look good. You want to do your best stuff in front of these scouts that are coming to you.
But
and they're coming to your facility.
But Vince, how do you know your best stuff is what they want? If they're going to be throwing out yard 10-yard outs all the time,
well, I'll tell you why.
You can't throw a 10-yard out. Why would they come and see you?
They're going to give you a variety, Jackie. You're out there for a good hour looking at these guys perform. You're seeing the interaction of the quarterback, how he relates to other players. You see his technique. You see is he prototypical? Is this the guy that you can see fitting into your system? Does he have a natural arm? Does he have that it factor? These are the things. You can also interact with the players, Jackie, and then talk to the coaches, and they can talk to you, get a feel of what kind of psychology, what you're made of. I mean, they've seen you on film.
But didn't they do that at the combine, Vince?
They do it at the combine, but now you're coming to our facility. We want to show you a good time. Let's show you what we do here. And I think that's part of it. And then also the familiarity you have with the plays, and you're throwing to your receivers. So obviously you're going to look a little bit better. But as a scout, when I'm scouting a quarterback, I'm seeing how does he deliver the football? Does he throw at ease? Is it natural for him? I mean, what gives him problems? I mean, when I see his passes, is the ball coming out in a timely fashion? Is it accurate? There's accuracy. There's relationship building.
Because how do they go about deciding if the guy read coverages well in a pro day?
That's more an intuitive quality, Jackie, that you get from quarterbacks. A lot of times you can talk to a quarterback. That kind of information you need to receive from a Nick Saban. You need to receive from Smart. You need to receive from these kind of coaches that have worked with the quarterbacks directly, because you haven't had a chance to work with the quarterback. But I did see Frank Wright talking to Will Levis. And that was pretty substantial to me.
The kid from Kentucky.
From Kentucky. Now, he's drafting first. Does that mean Will Levis is going to be the first player picked? I think C.J. Stroud would be a great player to come out of this draft. But, again, Jackie, it's another vehicle for these scouts to go to and try to evaluate this talent. You want to try to come up. Getting your quarterback is a big decision for some of these pro teams, these franchise. A lot of them end up as franchise quarterbacks. Did you see that in Joey Burrow coming out? I saw it.
Oh, you did? Yes.
I saw
That's
that.
because you knew him in his day.
Well, yeah, I knew what kind of player he was.
I can't say that I did. He was a good quarterback when he was down at Alabama. And then after that, he was okay. But I can't say that I anticipated that he was going to be the quarterback he was, the quarterback he is today.